Okay, in this video I would like to show you a couple of things that you can do with the user programs. First is to just make simple changes. For example, if you're using my user program 304 and you'd like to change a couple of basses or the treble voices, you can do so really quickly and very simply. That's what I will show you first. To begin with, be sure that we're in user program 304. I will hold the set button, get to the parameter menu, and specifically UPG. I am there, and I checked to see what's on the flash drive, and here's 304. I load it with register 7, it says LOD, and done. So now I am in, now I know that I have user program 304 loaded. I know that I have in register 10, or 0, the white tab here, a combination of a clarinet and a master in the treble. It's a dual mode. So let me get to that. Press user program once, register 0. You hear a master and a clarinet. And the bass is a mixed tuba plus an accordion bass. I don't really care for that accordion bass. I'd like it to be just a little more subdued. And I think I'd like to play a solo clarinet. So let's fix that. Very simple. I'm still in the user program mode, register 0 or 10. And it says UP0. That's what I want to change. So I hold the user program button several seconds. And now what you see on the screen is a flashing red light in the lower left hand corner. That's right next to the user PRG user program words on the bottom of the left, on the left side of the screen. So now I'm ready to make some changes. What you hear is exactly the same because I'm in the set mode with exactly the same registers that I was using in that user program memory. So what holding this user program button does is to allow you to go back to the set that was used to create that user program memory. And not only that, it goes back to the exact configuration that you have in that set. Specifically, mixed tuba and bass, accordion chord, dual, clarinet, and master on the right hand. So I wanted to make that clarinet a solo. I do it in the usual way when you're in set mode by taking it off dual mode by pressing the gray button and register 8. Now it says solo. Check it out, it's solo. The other thing I want to do before I store it is change the bass. So I wanted to change this chord. Well, I can't do that directly because these buttons now only change the bass sounds, not the chord. So I've got to take it off orchestra entirely, so now it is completely acoustic accordion. Now I go to the register number 4 that I would use instead. Notice how it's more of a subdued chord. And I get back into the orchestra bass, tuba. So that's what I want. Now I have everything I want in the bass and the treble. Here's the key. Go back to the user program button. Again, hold it. Don't just tap it. Hold it until you see UP0 flashing. UP and whatever register you're changing, in this case 0. It is flashing. That means it's ready to accept the change. So now I press 0 again. I could press any of the buttons, but I want to go back to 0. And that's where this new set of sounds will be stored. It's as simple as that. I'm in user program mode, register 0. I go to set mode, go back to user program mode to check it out, 0. that's done. Let's change register 9. So let's say the only thing I don't like is this bass again, a little higher pitched. So I can change that in the same way I did the other registers. The treble is trombone and master dual. Alright, so what I do, hold the UP button until it gives me the flashing red light on the screen on the lower left corner. And the only thing I want to change is this bass. Now this time I'm going to change it to the same bass I have in user program memory 8, which is a French horn. So I'm in the accordion chords now. I want to go to orchestra chord. Okay, there's the French horn that I'm looking for. Everything else is the same. To store it in that same place, I hold the user program button until it flashes, in this case, UP9, flashing UP9. Ready to accept the change, press 9, it's done. So, I'm in user program mode right now. I'm going to go to the set mode. I'm ready for user program mode. Memory 10. Memory 9. It's as easy as that. Now those changes are stored until you make other changes. If you want to save this as a permanent user program, then you use the user program save approach. You need to be in regular set mode to do this. So I press the user program button one time, and back to set. Hold the set button to get into the parameter mode. It now says UPG because that's the last thing that I was doing. Press register 4 to get to SAV, which looks like SAU. Press register 2 to see where it's going, how it's going to be saved, and it says 000. So the 3x is going to save this new user program, all of those memories, and it will be called user program 000 on your flash drive. It will actually say 000.up3. So that's what the screen tells me. It will be 000. To actually save it, press register 7. Briefly displays URT, done, and now if I open up my flash drive on the computer, I will see a file that's called 000.up3. That is my new user program that replaced the old one. I could go in and renumber that 304, and now I have a replacement 304 user program. It's very simple to do. I could call it up if I wanted to as 000 right now, and I would have the new settings. But let's suppose you wanted to start from scratch, and you just want to develop your own user program from any set. So let's go now to set number 1, 2. Yep. Okay, for some reason that I don't know, I want to store that one in user program memory 1. So I can do that by holding the UP button. It's flashing UP with a dash, meaning I can load it anywhere I want. I will put it in register 1. Done. Now I'll go to my user set 301, which is in position U1. And let's see about a nice orchestra synth. Oh, I like the set. Don't like the bass, I'll change that to no bass. And I will change the chord. Okay, so that one I will store in register 2. Hold the UP button. It flashes UP hyphen, put it in 2. It's done. Back out of user program, and let's go to another set. Let's do my country set. And I'm in orchestra mode still. Ooh. So that's what I want right now, muted trumpet. I save it as a user program memory, hold the user program button until it flashes UP flash, put it in UP dash rather, put it in UP3. So now I have 3 memories saved. Let me check it out. Back out and then repress UP. And remember, register 1 was from one of the factory sets. Register 2 should be sax. Register 3 should be the muted trumpet. Okay, go back out. I'm in the set mode. Let's go to my set 3. So that's an Italian one. Oh, there's a mandolin. Let's combine it with an accordion sound. There it is. And I don't like that bass, so I'm going to back out of that. Have a regular accordion bass. Okay, so now I'm taking from my user set 3, which is my numbered set 301.st3. I have combined the mandolin with the accordion in the right hand. I take the low mode. In the bass I have a string bass with an accordion bass, and I want to save that in register 4 of the user program. And I do that by holding the user program button, press register 4, and it's saved. So when I'm in user program mode, now I have 4 different sounds. There's 1, 2 with a different bass, 3 with the same bass but different treble, 4 with a different bass, different treble. We can do this easily for all 10 registers. That becomes a completely new user program. If you turn off the 3x and turn it back on, is that new user program going to be there still? We will find out. It's back on. Let's go to register user program 1, register 1. It's there. 2. It's there. Okay. And since I was last in my user program 3 or 4, you still have the remaining sounds from that user program. So what we've done is combine my earlier user program with some new registers in positions 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's save this new one. Get out of user program mode. Press the set button until you see the menu. It says AUD. Now I've got to go all the way down to SAV. There it is. Press register 2. That will tell me what number it will be. The last one saved was 000, so this should read 001. It does. Press register 7. It's done. So now I have user program 001 loaded, but I want to go back to my earlier user program. All I have to do is hold the set button, find UPG. There it is. Okay, it shows me when I tap register 2 that there's a 000 user program, a 001, 301, 302, 303, 304. So let's go back to my original 304. And I do that by finding it on the menu with register 2. And then I load it with the register 7. It is now loaded. And remember, I had in register 0 a mixed clarinet and accordion in the right hand. So go back up to register 0. That's what it is. Truly amazing. So that's all that there is to creating, saving, modifying user sets.